What's going on? It's SFT, and we're talking about the Steelers today. Really tough loss against the Cleveland Browns on Thursday Night Football, and they lost 19-24. Russell Wilson throwing 270 yards, 1 touchdown, 21 for 28. They rushed for about, and another performance where I look at the Steelers offense and think to myself, they're not that good of an offense, man. This offense to me really has underachieved the last couple of weeks, and one thing I have not been a fan of when it comes to this offense is how reliant they are on short field advantage. And that includes getting an interception on a short field, or getting a fumble on short field, or a special teams play on short field. But they have been so reliant on short field play, they have struggled to go down 70 yards to go get a touchdown. And generally speaking, this team has struggled in the red zone. It's very similar to the 49ers in terms of getting to the red zone, taking 3 consistently. If you look at the Ravens game, taking 3, and not leaving with 6. It's a huge problem that they have. The Steelers are going back-to-back weeks with really disappointing offensive performances, and against the Ravens, where they had an opportunity to really show that we're going to do a number to this Ravens defense, they look poor, man. They relied on the Isaiah Likely fumble and the eventual strip interception that they got. But outside of that, I'm looking at the Steelers offense, struggling to go down, get 6. And why are they struggling offensively to get 6? First of all, we got to talk about their ability to run the football inside the red zone. They have struggled to run the football inside the red zone. If you were watching that game, number 54 last night, their center, was getting flipped every single time it was a 4th down or a 3rd and 7. He was getting killed the entire night. They were moving him out the way, getting to the quarterback, and he made a Browns pass rush outside of Myles Garrett. Is not that impressive. Look really good. It speaks to how the Steelers offense is not peaking. They're spiraling downwards, and it's not going to get any better. They have games coming up against the Bengals, against the Browns again, against the Eagles, against the Ravens, against the Chiefs, and then against the Bengals again. They don't have any more easy games. They have division games and tough games outside of their division, point blank period. And this offense has shown me against good defenses, they struggle to generate touchdowns. I would give a large portion of that fault to their offensive coordinator. I don't think he's done that good of a job. Inside the running game, he's been okay. The offensive line hasn't performed the way they're supposed to, but just another disappointing performance offensively, at least. Defensively, I thought they were stout last night. I thought they were stout against the Ravens. I thought they looked really good. In terms of the record, it looks very good. They've taken care of business against teams like the Giants, the Jets, the Raiders. You know, they got that unfortunate loss to the Cowboys. They should have beat the Colts, but their defense decided that day not to show up. That's the rare instance. Their defense decided not to show up, but man, that last night performance was really disappointing. And the way they were using Justin Fields, popping him into the game, just using him here and there, using him as a running option, especially on that 4th down. That's poor, man. They knew that he was going to run the football. The last 3 times he touched the football, it was a dual threat option. He was going to carry the football and run to it. I was not impressed with that at all. I really question how the season is going to look for the Steelers and what type of pop they can get out of their offense. The value of Russell Wilson is that he's giving you that deep throw option, right? And you're really getting those explosive chunk plays that you wanted to get, that you weren't getting from Justin Fields. However, in the intermediate pass game, he hasn't given much, man. Their offense is simply not hitting on that intermediate pass game. They're hitting on the checkdowns, but I'm talking about hitting on the intermediate. Hitting a guy in stride as he's running past the linebacker's ear, hitting him in a cover 2, or even having a comeback route where a guy's getting 10 to 11 yards, or getting the ball quickly to a guy like George Pickens or Austin in open space and allowing them to make plays. I haven't seen much, man. There needs to be an expansion of this playbook. I see a very similar issue when I watch the Carolina Panthers. They struggle to expand that playbook. Now that can be due to the wide receiver struggling. The Panthers need chunk plays, and the Steelers team has enough chunk plays. They need to work the intermediate options. This season is going to get very tough. Next week, you're going to play against a Bengals team that's 4-7 at home, division rival game. They're not going to want to lose that football games. The rest of your season, you're not going against teams that have nothing to play for. The Bengals, Browns, Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs, they're all playing for something. They're either playing for the top seed in their conference, or they're either playing for the top seed in their division, or they're playing to push for the playoff, or they're playing for spite, which is the Browns are playing for spite. But either way, they're not coming into these games thinking about a loss. They're coming into these games thinking they have to win this football game. They have a really tough game against the Ravens coming up on December 21st. And then they have a game 4 days later against the Kansas City Chiefs on the 25th. This is going to be a really tough schedule coming up. You have no more bye weeks. This team needs to progress offensively in all aspects of the game, but especially in those intermediate routes. The Steelers team has a lot of tough games coming up, and we're going to see what they truly are. Are they the team that is going to push deep into the AFC playoffs? And if they can't pick up this offense, I'd assume it's the latter. Thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe. Take care. Peace.